It's actually kind of exciting. I've accomplished basically everything you can in this business. There were two things going into this week I hadn't accomplished. I'd never been sued, and I'd never given a press conference. I don't think I've ever given a press. I have to go back to the historian from my old radio show, one of my old producers, we might have done a live press conference once, maybe, but I don't think so. But that changes today at high noon. If you're in your car or doing whatever, where do you think most people download this stuff? Do you think in their car, at work, running? I listen to them when I run podcasts, but.
We've gotten all kinds of feedback so far. A lot of people, they're trying to decide how it's going to work into their routine. Are they going to listen to it at work? Is it going to be PM drive? They listen to it the following morning. But, I mean, everything is acceptable.
Can you tweet that out? Wrong way. Can you tweet that out? I'm just curious. I know it's not like that fascinating. I'm actually curious to see where people
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, yeah, thanks. Do that if you would. So if you're driving around the Somerville, Massachusetts area, to keep in mind, by the way, the emotion, the guts that it takes me to go into this town. It's a town where my mommy and daddy were born, and the town where they were waked. So you have to understand like what I'm going to go through here, going back for the first time to Somerville, Massachusetts. I've not driven through 93 that way at all in 2 years. I always go all the way around. I avoid it. I haven't been there once in 2 years. I set foot in there again today to answer some tough questions from a really tough media here in Boston about this brutal lawsuit versus Joe Curtatone, the mayor of Somerville, that fucking idiot. And, by the way, the story gets bigger and bigger, which we'll get to later. There are other members of the families of other mayors in neighboring towns who are taking shots at me. And, by the way, ironically, shots at the LGBTQ hashtag community as well, which I don't like. There's no reason for that.
Well, you're a gay icon. I think you need to stand up for the LGBTQI community.
Which one's I?
Intersex.
It's not interested?
No, intersex.
Intersex is what?
It's when you're born with like an extra X chromosome or an extra Y chromosome. Like
that was known when I was a kid. That was what you would call hermaphrodite.
Yes,
correct? Okay,
we
call that, which is not like that is like an ugly word. Intersex sounds like robotic though. They should come up with a more human word for that.
I mean, that's what they did with transsexual. That didn't sound like a good word. No, you're not supposed to say that.
No. I can tell you can't say that. That word is transgender.
But you can say that when you're saying that it's not a good word.
You're saying it's an outdated.
Yes, it's outdated terminology.
Yes, that's true. And the members of the transgender community and members of the I community and the Q community, and we're not sure yet about the L. I don't think we got confirmation on that yet. But the G, I guess, for sure. B is what, bisexual?
Yes.
Well, sure. Fuck yeah, for them, I'm sure. They would do the Roman swipes, I would think, right?
Absolutely.
Roman swipes has taken over, by the way. Is now, I believe we have a parody account?
Yes, Getro Man has come to Twitter to save us all from premature ejaculation.
Good. Let's hear from Getro Man later, maybe as well. Most guys have tried different ways to last longer, but thinking about baseball, I just read that. That is, we got to be better than that.
Well, what do you think about in order to stop yourself from coming too quick?
I think myself. Doesn't always work. The folks at Roman, an online men's health company, I understand, are changing the game with Roman swipes, the secret to longer-lasting sex. Roman swipes, I said, clinically proven, last longer bed, effective, easy to use, fast-acting, don't require a prescription. Roman can ship swipes to you in discreet, unmarked packaging, and each swipes packet is small enough to hide in your wallet for whenever you need it. Super easy to use. Take them out of the packet, swipe it on, let it dry, and you're good to go. That's it. When you go to getroman.com/Kirk, that's getroman.com/Kirk, you get the first month of swipes for just $5 when you choose a monthly plan. If you use getroman.com/Kirk, that's getroman.com/Kirk. I just followed these guys on Twitter, and I saw they're actually pretty damn proactive with other stuff, too. They are really like in the lead in this. I don't know if you saw this prostate cancer campaign.
No, I hadn't seen that.
They've partnered with Major League Baseball. I'm actually pretty impressed. Total startup company, and they could be like one of these cheap-ass people who just take the money and run them. Actually, I got to say, as I said, I sort of dipped my toe in dipped the tip of my penis into the Roman world.
Man? You dipped your penis into
Getro Man?
A
little Getro Man, a little bit, just a tip. But I got to say, I'm all in now. I am going to go balls deep with these guys.
Have you heard about their founder's story?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's an interesting way to come upon an idea and then found this huge company.
Correct. That's exactly right. We'll get to that later on here. So that's getroman.com/Kirk, getroman.com/KIRK.
I'm listening to Kirk Minihane's podcast.
Sports and show business.
Kirk Minihane, who is apparently a derelict of some kind.
That is Kirk Minihane. No one more controversial right now in the sports talk world.
That's what I'm talking about. Sport!
Kirk Minihane, what kind of thug are you?
Yes, well, he is white hot right now.
The head. I also want to say something about Kirk Minihane because I like him.
Kirk is like a sports genius who everyone hates.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Well, I guess so. So walk me through this. You texted me yesterday. You text me all the time with these ideas. Some are great. Some suck. No problem. I have ideas. All are great. None suck, but that's okay. You threw me the press conference idea, and I said, that's a home run. Either way, I think it's a home run. If there's a lot of people there, it's going to be great. If there's nobody there, I think it'll actually be funny. But let me see you gave me a little coaching on this, and you said, don't be what?
Don't be one of the nuts that we're always taking advantage of and sticking around talking too long. The key to a successful press conference is
how many press conferences have you done?
Communication. I've done plenty. I actually used to do media training for some Christian organizations.
But when is Steve Robinson held a press conference?
Yeah, no, I have. I used to work at a conservative think tank. We'd present some white paper about blah blah blah.
Would you say this is a different kind of press conference?
Yeah, no, it's a little different.
I mean, would you like me to be like
all of my press conferences have been in front of hostile media though?
Well, I know, but you want me to be like serious in this press conference? So, all right, let's do it. Let's do it. Can we do a little test run right now?
Yeah, all right.
You be one of these idiot members of the media. Just ask any question you want. All right, go ahead.
Kirk Minihane, do you think that you broke the law when you wiretapped Joe Curtatone's phone?
I think it's a fair question. I'm going to turn it over to my legal consultation, William Benditson. Mr. Benditson? Is Benditson going to be there today?
We didn't invite him.
Is Blind Mike going to be there?
We're flying so fast.
Is anybody in the family going to be there?
Blind Mike might be there. He said he had a megaphone that he wants to bring.
Oh, yes. He did that for Sam Kennedy for me for the Red Sox. Yes, we might want to have Blind Mike come along today because I have a feeling it's going to be me, you. Harry's out of school, so I think I have to pick Harry up and bring him with me, which is actually good because I can hold him up and say, do you want this kid to be without a father for 2 years?
Well, he might be smarter and more aggressive than most of the press there.
There's no question. Well, I think you're going to get no matter what city you're listening to. I always worry because I think I'm still too Boston-centric in my mind, but that's okay. It's where I live. But, it's no different if you live in San Diego or Spokane or wherever. Like, the TV news people are the same. I believe, because you probably have, I know you have, I've spoken to these people off the air. They're not dumb.
No,
but they go on the air, and something happens when the lights go on.
They just
or the
check
makeup.
their brain.
And I've never understood why television news, and I know television news is dying, but why it can't be more conversational. Like, why can't they just talk? Why is that so difficult? You know when they have to small talk for 30 seconds, like when they're moving the camera away and the show's over, the music's playing? The small talk is so fucking stupid. It's like they don't have brains. Like, they leave half their brain in the dressing room or something.
That's what made Ron Burgundy so funny.
Well, of course, because it's true. If it wasn't true, it wouldn't be funny. But I mean, we've seen this. Oh, can you get that Malaysian air sound? Not the Malaysian. Wasn't it the We Too Low?
Oh yeah.
Well, no, that was what air was that? That wasn't.
No, it was some.
I'm thinking you sent me that Malaysian airline. I think.
Let me work on that.
So no problem. So that's going to happen today at high noon. Will that be available for people to consume live?
Yeah, I think we're going to put it on Periscope. I mean,
Okay,
if the media doesn't show up, we're going to bring the media to the people. Just like President Trump, you're going to go directly to the people around the crooked media.
But we do that every day. So if nobody's there, what exactly am I going to say that nobody's there? Or are we going to storm the offices?
Well, I mean, we kind of. I mean, you got the summons.
Or are we going to storm the offices?
Oh, we're going to storm the offices. I mean,
I got my summons.
Way.
I got my summons yesterday.
I guess that's the big development. We tweeted out major news announcements.
Two big developments.
Two
big developments.
Yeah. So what are those big developments you want to share with them, and then what do you want to accomplish by speaking to the press?
I was summoned for the first time ever yesterday. You get it pretty fast. So I again, have you ever been sued?
I have not been sued.
So I have no experience with this. I got it yesterday. This summons is directed to Kirk Minihane. You are being sued.
Is that what the summons says?
The plaintiff named above has started a lawsuit against you. A copy of the plaintiff's complaint filed against you is attached to the summons, and the original complaint has been, filed. Oh, I just threw up a little bit in my mouth. Oh, God,
that's
gross.
Disgusting.
It's so fucking gross.
Like Starbucks coffee, just gurgling up at the back of your throat. Hot chocolate.
You know you're working with. In the Middlesex, I've never had a sip of coffee in my life. Middlesex Superior Court. You must act, all caps. It's like working with my old radio partner, all caps. You must act promptly to protect your rights. You must respond to this lawsuit in writing within 20 days. If you do not respond, the court may decide the case against you and award the plaintiff everything asked for in the complaint. You will also lose the opportunity to tell your side of the story. So there you go, and then they get into it, and they say where it is. I am, by the way, thrilled about this. If it goes to court, which I think is going to happen, you don't.
Wait, what did he ask for in his complaint? Like, if you don't show up, what's he going to be awarded?
We don't know that yet. That's not been articulated.
Unspecified damages?
Unspecified. I've been told.
Do you have to give him a blowjob?
I've been told it's who? The judge?
No, Curtatone.
I don't think. I mean,
is it Curtatone or Curtatone?
I say Curtatone.
All right, let's run with Curtatone.
But everybody says Curtatone.
I know. Let's just run with Curtatone.
Well, I don't want to be insulting to the Italian. I mean, the Italian community's been through hell this week. I don't want to get into. I mean,
true.
We'll play some sound later from a local Boston Nesson, their Red Sox broadcast,
local hate figure,
which is not. I mean, you're talking one of the great slanders. People talk about me, and they talk about Trump, and they talk about whoever, Milo. I mean, this is. This person still has a job, is still, frankly, not in jail, is amazing to me.
I mean, white supremacy is everywhere. That's one thing that we've learned.
I've always said the Red
era.
Sox are happy to hire people who are, are brutal to the Italian American community. My favorite community. That's a place that brought us SpaghettiOs. My favorite meal as a youth. Anyway, so this whole thing gets laid out, and I was told that it's capped at a relatively low number. A relatively low
for Kirk Minihane, though. What's that, like 500,000, a million?
No. But I mean, like in a number where, and I'm not sure. Can I legally say what it is? I don't even know.
I don't think you should. I think it's, but just it's pocket change for Kirk Minihane.
I would say even like if you're a person who makes a normal living, and I told you that you got sued for something, you'd be nervous, and I told you what the cap of it was. This number would not make really almost anybody nervous, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
I mean, because I was thinking Curtatone is such a dope. I figured he'd legitimately sue me for like $40 million or something, which I hoped would happen. But that is not the case. So anyway, they go through the whole thing. And essentially the summons I got was that. And then there was Curtatone's case again. The thing you saw. The thing everybody saw.
The evidence.
The whole thing there.
Yes.
And I had that in my hands really for the first time and read it yesterday. And you just got to, you read it. It's great. I mean, I think it's. Well, I got to admit, I'm actually starting to like this guy. I really am. I want to countersue him and tell him I like him.
We need to get him on the show. That could be one thing that you do at the press conference today. Like, getting back to that, you need to have an objective that you want to accomplish when you go in there. One of those objectives should be getting him on the show.
Right. Okay. I don't think that's going to happen, but sure. I mean, he wouldn't come on before this.
Just go in and say, I'll donate $1,000 to this woman's charity that you're virtue signaling with if you come on the show, and we'll have a discussion like men.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'll donate. If he comes on for a half hour and it also promises to not drop this lawsuit and bring it all the way to court, I will donate $5,000 to that. Of course I will.
That's what you say to
the press. Of course I will. That's not even a conversation.
My objective is to protect you because, yesterday you were comparing yourself to Gandhi. You know what happened to Gandhi, right?
Yeah, he's doing fine now, isn't he? He
got shot.
No,
he went in front of a crowd of people and he got shot. Yeah, there were some admirers there.
I'm talking about the guy I went to high school with, Al Gandhi.
Oh,
good guy, nice guy.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
Good guy. Well, Gandhi got shot, and then I remember on The Sopranos, when I watched The Sopranos. Did you watch The Sopranos or no?
Yeah, I watched The Sopranos.
Artie Bucco, the guy who owned the restaurant, said he was watching the Gandhi funeral on television, and they caked him in butter because he had to preserve for a couple of days. So they said he put him all in butter, which is so fucked up. And by the way,
was that like the state of the Indian healthcare system?
I have no idea, but it's a good question. But I have no idea. But also, when I think about Somerville now, I think about my parents' wakes. I fucking hate wakes. So I hated them before. They were both closed casket because they both were so thin when they died. But I don't want to ever go to a wake again. They fucking freak me out. They fucking, especially
it's
Catholic
kind of a weird
ones.
thing, right?
Well,
we don't really need to do them
you're
anymore.
Catholic, right?
No, I'm not Catholic.
What are you?
I'm non-denominational Protestant.
Okay, so what happens when a Protestant person dies?
I don't know, you put them in an incinerator, set them on fire.
There's the Catholic. I know some.
I don't think there's any specific tradition. It might vary from denomination to denomination.
So there's nothing like the Catholic Church. Wake thing anywhere else.
There are some wakes. I mean, it's really on an individual basis. We don't have this huge, Vatican structure instructing you, that you got to go look at your dead person and make sure they don't come back from the dead.
What's the last wake you went to that was open casket?
Man, the last wake I went to that was open casket was for a guy I played football with in high school, and his dad was must have been 350 pounds. It was
dropped dead.
Tough. Yeah,
open casket?
Open casket. It was tough. I mean, that Undertaker had work cut out for him to make that body look presentable.
I don't know. I think it's also generational. I don't know anybody my age and younger who wants to have an open casket that they have a wake. It just sounds fucking. It's just a fucking crazy tradition that I don't understand why.
Well, what do you want? When you die?
I just want to be burnt up and whatever my kids want to do.
In an incinerator or a funeral pyre? Pushed out into a lake with a flaming arrow shot.
My kids can figure it all out. I do not want a big deal. I don't want a wake. I don't want a service. They can go to lunch and tell a couple of stories and then move on. That's what I want because there's no reason to get all. It's like a fucking Broadway show. You roll them out there for two shows. Actually, my parents, we did 1 4-hour setting each. Then the next day's the funeral. Then the burial. Then the meal. It is literally it never ever ever ends. And by the way, it's a fucking total racket.
Oh, absolutely.
So we went to the place in right outside of Davis Square. I forget the name. Very nice, but You go through the whole thing. First my dad, then my mom. So my mom says exactly 6 weeks later, we get there, me and my brothers, we're just cooked at that point. And they're like, we want you to know, because of what you've been through, we're going to take $150 off this website. And I'm like, oh, that's great.
It's so nice of you.
So we go through they have the whole, it's like buying a car or a house or whatever. They have 50 sheets for you to sign, and it's all this stuff, and you're looking at it. It's a closed casket. And one of the things was they charge you for everything, for makeup, for the clothes, for, whatever. And it was hair, was $200. And I said, this is an interesting one for me. This is $200, a closed casket. My mom had pancreatic cancer for a couple of years. She had chemo. She had no hair left. She literally didn't have a hair in her body. And I said, what are we charging $200 here for hair? She said, what's general standard? I said, but she didn't have any hair. She said, we charge that for everybody. So I'm paying $200 to this woman to do nothing, to do no haircut at all.
So why does it cost more to do a dead person's hair than a living woman's hair?
Because the last haircut, that's why.
Well, I mean, the dead person is never going to complain about the haircut, though.
I know, but I can actually see, because it is really important to some people that this looks exactly right the last time. And if you think about it, it's the last haircut you'll ever have, so you actually think of it as like a haircut in
a haircut for eternity.
Yeah, for $200, it's not a bad deal.
So, I mean, did they try to upsell you at all?
No. They knew. The first time they did.
Are you sure Mom would want this casket? We've got a nicer one. It's a little bit roomier over here.
The first time they did with my dad, and they do say mom and dad, which is fucking also weird. Like, would you ever call somebody else's dad? I mean, I know you have like 6 dads, but like, who would do that?
Like, call somebody else daddy?
Yeah, that's different. That's what we do here. That's okay. By the way, they have a new podcast up today. And I'm going to start listening to this. I haven't really. Have you ever listened to this?
I have not.
Okay, so
I've been trying to dip my toe into some of the other Barstool podcasts, some of the other sports podcasts.
I actually like. And they didn't believe me. I actually like KFC and Feilerberg's podcast. I was on with those guys and actually enjoyed it. They actually.
I tweeted it out, but hey, have they given you an access to Barstool Gold yet?
Yes, I have access to it. Do you want it?
Yeah, I mean,
you don't have it?
No, I haven't gotten Barstool Gold yet.
And as I texted you yesterday, because you made a good point, like today's press conference, I should be head to toe.
And Barstool swag.
I
We
should
need
have a fucking
more
tattoo
Barstool
on my
swag.
face.
Absolutely.
More.
Well, Barstool swag, period.
I don't have. Have you received anything?
I've received nothing. I also haven't asked for anything.
Yeah, but so what? Not a stitch. I haven't gotten a fucking stitch yet from these people.
You should be like Dale Earnhardt Jr. You should have Getro Man on your chest.
That's
you should
true.
have wipes hanging out of your ears. You should have a watch on both wrists for movement. You're just going to be decked out with all the advertisers plus Barstool swag.
Call her daddy, who have jumped ahead of me on the overall charts again, by the way. We are number 1 in sports and recreation still on iTunes. The last 3 episodes I'll give you for Call Her Daddy, and you do the description for us, right?
Yes.
I would just say, just copy and paste what they do and call it our episode, because I think it's more of a grabber than me talking about some lot. Well, you ask me. The girls are discussing shower sex, panic boners, and slut camp. I mean, are you telling me?
All right.
Am I wrong?
Get better. I can get better. I am already
Why don't you
intrigued.
just change that to Kirk is discussing?
Kirk discusses
shower sex, panic boners,
and
slut camp.
All right. Yeah. All right. Done.
That might seem a little strange. You know what? Let them have their own neighborhood.
But you know what? I think based off that, I can use that for inspiration.
That's right. I'm not done yet. Yes, you heard that right. Welcome to Slut Camp, where you will learn how to conceal the slut and trick your man into thinking you are wifey material. Everyone deserves a slut phase with no repercussions. They also talk, wait for it, poop fetishes, and where they originated, army bases, embarrassing things bitches are doing on Instagram, and last but not least, Alex tells a tragic tale involving her a-hole, a penis, and a cheating scandal. That's episode 38. 39 is squirting and ghosting. The girls finally get into all things squirting, all caps. What is it? I think we all know what it is. I don't think. Although I always think it's like, is it like pee, like turned into something else?
No, it's not pee.
Are you sure? What's from your? It's like still water from there.
No, it's not pee. It doesn't come out the urethra. It's
what's
like,
give me the?
It's like the female lubricant. They become so stimulated that they just overproduce.
So it's like the male ejaculation.
Kind of. Yes.
I gotta listen to this episode. Now I'll have the answer, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if they'll explain like the scientific.
Can we book
nature
one of
of
these
squirting.
girls?
You want to talk about squirting?
I just want to get it. Yeah, I want that.
Hey, Alex, heard you're a squirting
well,
poop,
it seems like
poop
they're
fetish
seems like they're happy to
expert.
talk about it.
All right, yeah, we'll talk about poop fetish.
And here, give him a facial. Squirt or be squirted on. They also discuss some criminal activity they witnessed at the bar by multiple men, a serious Gluck update, and some new social media drama. I mean, this is the last episode was yesterday anyway. Rejecting and exposing the C. They do --T. Is that clit?
Clot?
Is it? It's not. Is it? I would think. The girls discussed their encounter with a hashtag daddy gang member at a drugstore, and let's just say shit got wild. They also introduced some new sex pointers, including a move that Alex said made a man come in under 1 minute.
You know what he needed?
He could use. You know what he needs? He needs a little superhero to fly in and save the day. Cue the pendulum pussy. And lastly, they get into rejection. It's happened to all of us and knows how to deal like a daddy. P.S. It is with heavy hearts we include a surefire way to know if your girl is faking it. Protect yourself. So that's what the other thing I don't understand, and it's probably why it's so wildly successful. I listened to one time, and it's I'm sure it's really good. I'm old, so I'm confused half the time. It seems like they're appealing in that description to men, but yet I think a lot of women listen to it.
I guess
because if you listen to the end of it here, Steve, it says. Sorry, I just went away from it. It says a surefire way to know if your girl is faking it. So that's written either for a lesbian or a man. I mean, I don't. Who are they appealing to? I mean, obviously it's. I'm not saying this like sarcastically. They're doing great, so obviously it's working for somebody.
I guess my impression of it, and it might be a little too dark, is that some of these female podcast hosts are just spilling out their insecurities onto the audio world,
right?
And other women are coming along and saying, "Hey, I felt insecure about that
sure,
too, and I identify with that."
Well, I read a story about them. The success they think is they were really, literally, the two of them were talking at a bar, and some of their friends were like, "You should just tape this," which is really what I mean, that's what a good podcast should be. It should sound conversational.
Yeah.
That's why I love sports talk radio and general talk radio. It sounds like I always say.
And local TV.
Absolutely. They're like, oh, we're not at the bar? We're not bullshitting here? Oh, there's a microphone? There's cameras? I didn't even know that. We're just two people talking. Where do we start and where do we end here?
Well, first, I think we've got your press conference taken care of. You know what the mission is?
I don't know.
That you want to go in with?
I don't. I am not nervous because I'm actually looking forward to it. And I'm sure I'll do a great job.
Well, I mean, I think the reporters there are nervous. They've heard all these things about the big bad Kirk Minihane. They don't know what they're going to encounter.
I'm friends with some of these people.
You might literally chew one of their faces off.
But I know some of these people.
Have any of them told you that they're coming?
No, I haven't spoken to any of them. But I mean, I know them. And for me, it's like the weird thing about this is, and I think Dave Brown said it yesterday, was the story is all about me and how I did something, and nobody in the media, and I'm not, take whatever side you want, but nobody in the media stepped aside and said, boy, like this mayor is a fucking pussy. Like what? Like he's wasting the taxpayers' time.
Except for Dave Brown, whom you had on yesterday.
True, but I mean, you know what I mean, like a mainstream.
Big people,
yeah. Nothing against Dave, correct, but he did that more as my lawyer. Keep in mind, he's also biased. But nobody said, what is going on here? This guy is going to court over what? Like, and by the way, like, what did Curtatone say in those 20 minutes that if he was talking to Kevin Cullen, actual Kevin Cullen, he would take back? Nothing, right?
Yeah, no.
I mean, nothing.
I have no idea.
Well,
I have no idea what he would take back. He suffered mild embarrassment.
Well, no, he looked like Portnoy wrote, he looked like a moron, which is what he is, and that to me is too bad because my guess is his parents were morons, their parents were morons, and whoever came over from Italy, we use a different word for those people, Steve, you and Casey McDonald, not me. They came over on the boat. They were probably morons.
You're saying he comes from a long line of morons.
Of morons, yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's obviously an idiot, so either his mom and dad were a moron.
So I guess I was thinking last night about, because we are, collaboratively working on an op-ed to submit to the Boston Globe. I'm sure they're happy to publish it.
I would think. I mean, it's First Amendment,
So I was thinking about just the act itself of using impersonation in order to uncover truths and score this interview. And I was thinking, how is what you did any different from the PETA extremists who pretend to be workers at factory farms to get in and film the abuse of animals? How is what you did any different from the pro-life activists who plan to be like pretended to be fetal baby part buyers and got Planned Parenthood on undercover cameras? I mean, there's a long tradition of people pretending to be something they're not in order to do investigative journalism, which is what you did.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it's any different than even Sacha Baron Cohen. Like, I think, look, what's the difference? Like, when he does that, he's doing that to make politicians. Now he's a big liberal. Fine, I don't care. It's funny when he makes them look stupid. Like he brought, in that movie, he brought Ron Paul in like a hotel room. I mean, it was fucking weird. He brings these people on, and clearly, to me, always the onus is on that person because if you don't know, like if they didn't know that Borat or Ali G is not real, they're fucking stupid.
So who did a better impersonation? Borat, Sacha Baron Cohen as Borat,
or you as
Kevin Cohen?
I am actually really impressed with when I hear it, I think it's actually pretty good. Better than most movies. I think I said this in the KFC podcast. All Boston accents in movies suck. They suck. They're terrible. Everyone thinks they have to talk like John F. Kennedy. Nobody talks like that in Boston. Nobody talk that, you know, the Ted Kennedy thing, which is funny, but nobody talks like Ted Kennedy. Nobody. Like you've lived here now. How long?
5 years.
Okay, but you're
I'm from Maine.
Right. Nobody. Well, Maine is a different accent. I understand.
Yes.
But nobody talks like that in Boston.
Kevin Cohen don't report nothing unless it's fact.
Nobody talks like that. Have you ever met anybody who's like, pack the cat, that whole stupid fucking thing? Of course not.
And well, guys, you know, I'm gonna play. I'm sorry, Joe. I'm gonna play the devil's advocate. You know, I'm a fighter. I've been a fighter my whole life.
I mean, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? What are we doing?
So maybe you're thinking about it the wrong way, though. Maybe Curtatone has had previous interactions with Kevin Cullen and was like, yes, I mean, he is this big of a fucking idiot. And he does put on this fake accent to make it look like he's more of a Boston person.
Oh, so you think it's idiot on idiot crime here?
Idiot on idiot.
The only thing I'm happy about is the court thing is in Woburn, which is not far from me. I can go for my nice run in Winchester that morning, get dressed in the car, and then head up. So I'm happy.
You got something snappy to wear to court?
So okay. That's a good question. That's question number 2 I was thinking about. I mean, do I treat this like total idiocy once I get to court? I mean, do I mock how stupid this lawsuit is?
It depends. Are we on camera? Can we film this? Can we capture this?
I would think we'd be able to. No,
because I mean, you don't want to antagonize the wrong judge here.
Well,
in
why
Massachusetts.
not? Why not?
Because
what's going to happen? What's going to happen? It's a fucking civil case. It's capped. What's going to happen, really?
I don't know. I mean, if you're confident that you've got the law on your side, and that the judges are going to follow that.
I'm also happy to mock these arrogant judges. They're as bad in Massachusetts as anywhere in the country. Your old boss has talked about that for years. He's right. Like, I'm going to sit there with some guy who works fucking 80 days a year. First of all,
maybe.
First of all, we know this is now not going to happen in the summer because not a fucking judge in Massachusetts who works in the summer, right?
No.
I mean, we know Mondays and Fridays are out.
Yeah,
so
no, they're probably back after retirement, so they're collecting a pension. And
that's true. We get those guys,
yes,
right?
The double dippers.
Yeah, so everybody's down the Cape or up in Maine or wherever in New York and the fucking Hamptons for the summer. So I'm going to go there. You're right. That's exactly right. But some 88-year-old judge, which I hate the whole, like, America was built on, you know, fighting the British and not treating people like kings. These fucking people walk in with robes on. You have to stand up. Why? I've accomplished more than they have. What am I standing up for you for? Because you went to fucking law school?
Because you donated to some gubernatorial candidate and they appointed you as a judge later? You bought a judgeship?
So I'm supposed to then get on my feet and you're supposed to wears like a robe? It's so dumb. Like,
do they wear wigs anymore?
No, I think that's just
powdered wigs.
I think that's gone. But like they must feel. I always think they must feel so stupid.
Okay,
they're in their little chambers in the morning. They have their fucking breakfast, and they like, all right, now that I have to put my robe on, like I'm a superhero or a king, and walk out and have everyone fucking lick my asshole because because you're right, some idiot who has fucking been bought, you know, says you can be a judge here. I mean, how fucking dumb is that? Like, why can't a judge just wear a fucking golf shirt and pants, or if you're a lady, a female judge, wear a freaking skirt or pants, whatever you want to wear? Like, why?
I think we just
what
found
would
out.
Change?
We found out what you're wearing to court. A robe and a powdered wig.
I'll do that. I would do that.
It's like, fuck you, Judge. I'm going to wear a robe. Who's got the big dick now?
I wouldn't mind dressing up like Kevin Cullen, though. Like, I want to be Kevin. I'm going to speak in the Cullen accent in court. That is going to happen.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Because one of the things Tony says, one of the charges against me is that Minihane obviously faked his voice.
Disguised
his voice.
Yes.
That's part of the lawsuit. This is what we're dealing with. Like, this guy is, like, angry that I changed my voice. First of all, maybe I'm changing as far as they know legally, maybe that's my real voice, and everything else isn't. Maybe this is my fake voice.
It's true. You could just you could go with the Alex Jones thing and say everything on air is just a character.
He's having a good week.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Did you ever have him on the old show or no?
No. I used to have some Alex Jones drops that I loved. I could bring those back.
Yeah, we had those too. Yeah, those
drops.
are always good. Because I tried to get him.
Maniac.
I tried to get him on the old. Like, I had a podcast before this. I'm talking about when I started, like 4 or 5 years ago in the podcast. I tried to get him on. My old producer, and like the back and forth, it was like his whole life is this conspiratorial weird thing. Like, even to email him is this fucking journey.
Yeah, I mean, you've heard his moon landing conspiracy, right?
Yeah, I hate
that we really did land on the moon, but in a much more advanced way.
Right, I've heard that. I mean,
I like it. I dig.
Conspiracy people drive me fucking. Are you a conspiracy person or no?
I mean, there's a reason conspiracy theories exist.
It's because people are nuts.
No, it's because conspiracies exist.
Well, I mean, do you think that Roswell happened and like UFOs and like aliens?
I mean, something happened, right?
Yeah, a plane flew around and somebody saw it. What do you think?
You don't think there was a plane crash? What do you think?
Yeah, there was a plane crash.
What do you think it happened with JFK? What do you think happened with MH370? I mean, there are legitimate conspiracies.
JFK is not really a conspiracy theory. JFK is just nobody fucking knows what happened because the Warren Commission.
But there was a conspiracy to murder him.
Oh, of course. Well, obviously.
So then there are theories about why he was murdered. Therefore, those are conspiracy theories, and they're entirely valid.
I think it's one of all the greatest hits, though, right?
Yes.
Like, there's 4 or 5.
Yes.
Like, do you think that, Freaking Bobby Kennedy hired somebody, or Jackie Kennedy hired somebody, or John F. Kennedy Jr. was 3, fucking shot him. Like, you know, you hear something like with Alex Jones. I mean, do you think that they were actors at Sandy Hook?
No, absolutely
like, do you think
no. All of that stuff is fucking stupid. I like the Illuminati. Like,
well, that's what I mean. I'm talking extreme.
Yeah.
I'm all good for a good conspiracy.
Exactly,
no problem.
You've got to be able to dabble in the good, the greatest hits, the classics.
Those are
right?
fine. I'm fine. But moon landing is stupid. Flat Earth is stupid. These idiots now try to just.
I could
dumb.
get us a flat earther, I think.
Okay. Yeah, sure. No problem. Yeah, I'll talk to somebody. I would talk to Alex Jones.
You want to confront the ice wall?
Yes, I'm ready to go. Where did this start? How did we wind up with Caller Daddy and
so
squirting?
We were talking about judges, conspiracy theories, and the like. But so I
anyway,
guess,
the press conference. Yeah.
So I guess what I want to get back to is your physical protection. I was saying earlier, Gandhi got shot.
I'm ready.
But also, there's being in front of a crowd of people. There's always a little bit of danger. But also, I mean, with Curtitone's history, which El Prez hinted at. Do you feel like you need some kind of protection? Should I ask Barstool to provide armed guards?
Let me just say, when El Prez said that, I was not an employee of Barstool at the time, so I don't. I don't.
Okay. You're indemnified from any accusations that he made of criminality.
I have absolutely no idea what he's talking about. I'm sure the Curtitone family, all the way back, dumb though they were good, hardworking people.
Never committed a crime.
Unfortunately, it ended with this dummy. But I mean, they had a really good run. He's been mayor there for like 12 years, right?
Yeah, too long. It's like something you guys do here in Massachusetts. Is mayors are just mayors for life.
You live here. You pay taxes.
Yeah,
here
I know,
now.
but I came down.
There are more taxpayers.
I'm like an interloper.
There are more taxpayers in this room right now than there are in Somerville. Is my guess. That's probably the case. But I'm kidding about that. Of course, obviously, I'm mocking that whole thing. What was I going to say? Oh, so why don't you and I get together, find a good, young, smart liberal, of which there are, Somerville person who wants to actually fix the city and become the new mayor of Somerville. It's a 2-year term, I believe, because I think the Cambridge one is a 2-year term. Why can't we just do that? When is this Curtitone moron up for re-election? Let's kick him out of office. That's the best move, because then he's irrelevant.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to do some research and find out when the campaign needs to start. But the problem is, what are the characteristics of someone who can win a mayoral election in some place as fucked up and stupid and ridiculous
place that elects
as
him
Somerville?
like 6 times?
Yes.
I didn't. Probably not good.
Do we need to find someone who's like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez? Do we need someone who's going to go out and be like, we're going to be dead in 12 years unless you elect me mayor of Somerville?
What happened with her yesterday? So I don't really pay much attention to her world, because I find when she says something, it then leads to these super extreme, like overreacting. Like,
I've got her muted on Twitter, actually, for just that exact reason.
She said that She said Trump was running a concentration camp or something?
Yeah.
I don't even like.
It's argumentum ad Holocaust, basically.
Great. All right. Wonderful. I mean, it's just.
I've actually really enjoyed this week, kind of dropping away from that.
That's out of your life now.
It is. It's amazing.
So your old show, you were on the Howie Carr Show, which is an institution. Howie's an institution in Boston. I had him on the podcast several times. I think we got along pretty well. I'm not sure where the relationship is at now.
I think it's still fine.
It's fine?
It's completely amiable.
Are you done?
You coming to my going away party?
Oh, when is that?
It's on July 2nd at the studio.
It's a great time for I mean, no one's traveling then. What's the?
Hey, tickets already sold out, man.
How much was the?
$49.99.
They're paying. So are you getting?
It's limited space. We can't just throw out the invite to everybody and then you get 1,000 people who show up. I mean, it's not because the cars are trying to grab a little bit of money on their way out.
How much of that money do you get?
Enough.
Do you actually get a cut of it? Or
I get enough.
Did you feel embarrassed being prostituted for this thing or no?
Nah.
It's kind of what
the
they
game.
do.
It's the game, baby.
I wouldn't do that. You only have to worry about that when you leave here in 3 months. I'm not going to be having in the studio having a going away party.
I mean, my thought was always, am I going to have the going away party for the Howie Carr Show before I get fired from the Kirk Minihane Show?
A return party. You get 2 for 1. How many people are going to be there?
I think we're up around 50, 65, 75.
And what happens? Is the show itself, or
yeah, we'll do a little bit of a fond farewell, that kind of thing. It's a totally amicable thing. Howie's in good hands. I mean, he's going to continue doing the show for 10, 20 years.
Oh, good, excellent. So anyway, has he been? I know Howie's into this. Has he been playing the sound of the Curtitone stuff and running with it, or
I don't know. Actually, yesterday when Howie was broadcasting, what I was doing was frantically trying to figure out if we could hold a press conference.
Yes. Well, you weren't working though, right?
No, I wasn't working. Yeah. I wasn't working at the Howie Carr studio. No, right. After you got the lawsuit, they said, you know what, maybe you don't need to come in today.
I didn't understand that. So your old employers, is Howie's wife Kathy run the show?
Yeah, she's the majority owner.
Okay, she's the majority owner.
Boss.
She's the boss. I've had some interactions with her. She seems to be a spirited person. So they thought that you were somehow going to be sued or something.
Yeah, I don't know. They're just, they're cautious people. You get to the end of your career, and you're like, I got it. I made my bones. I don't need to take as many risks. So they just don't want to get sued. It's like a cautionary thing.
It sounds like my old show, the former Kirk and Callahan show with EEI in Boston, which is now the Mutt and Callahan show. My good friend Mike Minansky and Jerry Callahan do a show now in the mornings.
Oh God, those wacky guys this morning! I can't. Tell
I didn't hear what was I missing this morning?
Oh, it was wacky. They're on a remote somewhere, and one of them got really
drunk.
drunk.
That was. Oh, that's what they're talking about today.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, listen, that I always enjoyed when we'd go on those remotes. I didn't enjoy that process, but the next morning, that first segment was actually always kind of fun. Like you could sort of make fun of the restaurant, you make fun of the hotel, but just to give you an idea of like what my life was like there. The last time, so they were at the golf tournament in Connecticut yesterday, which is a fucking it's honestly, if you said to me, if you never have to do that remote again, if I was doing it for 15 more years, 20 more years, you never have to do that again, or we'll chop off 3 of your fingers. I would probably go with 3 of the fingers. I might negotiate it down to 2, but I would say like, nope, that's a fucking trade-off. I can still play golf with 8 fingers. I can still do everything, essentially everything with 8 fingers. You can drive, you can masturbate, you can eat, you can play sport, whatever. Especially my left hand, who cares? So anyway, they're there yesterday, and I made me think of a couple of years ago. We went there, and they booked us, typical Intercom style, in the fucking shittiest hotel in like Glastonbury, Connecticut. Fucking hellhole,
like an Econo Lodge or something.
No, it was like an older. It was one of it was not a Marriott. It was like a level, like a Ramada or something. Specifically, I don't remember. But like cracks in the shower, like mold on the ceilings. It fucking smelled. So we went in the air the next day, and I started the show mocking it. I was like, "This which is what anybody should do, because that's what if you and I stayed in a lousy hotel at some remote for Barstool, and we did this show the next day, we'd fucking make fun of the shitty hotel.
Oh, of course.
Which is what anybody does. Which is what we did in the car going there. Which we did that night at dinner after we checked into the hotel. And then the first break comes, and for some reason at these fucking remotes, these sale weasel assholes are there for no reason.
Oh, they think they're running the show.
Right. They're lounging around. They have their sunglasses on. They're hungover. They just spent $3,000 on some dinner. The program director's there. That fucking rat fuck asshole Joe Zarbano was there, who I hate, who we'll get into later. That's going to be a celebration, $49.99. Portnoy and I, when he gets fired, we're going to have a big fucking celebration.
Big Zarbano's gone party?
Yes, gone party.
Can throw it at the Kowloon.
And I see my old co-host, like Jerry Callahan, and there was a guy named John Dennis, since deceased. But John, what? So professionally. So John is talking to one of the salespeople, and he's like, yep, no problem. Yep, no problem. And they're both looking at me, and they're like, no problem. So I walk over, and I said to them, it's a woman's name, I think was Melissa. And I said, what's going on? And she's like, well, the hotel, making fun of the hotel, that's just not good for the tournament. And there are people traveling who, it's not fair for you to say that the hotel is bad. And I'm like, well, is the hotel a sponsor? No. And I said, well, I'm confused. And she's like, well, it's just bad for tourism. I said, well, who the fuck is going to a golf tournament and staying overnight, A, anyway? And B, so I said to her, I was like, here's what we'll do. No problem. I said, you can go sit down. It'll be the Melissa, I think it's Melissa Capuano. It'll be the Melissa Capuano show. You can host it. We can hear your thoughts. You can do some jokes, some bits, maybe play some sound, react to it. And I'll just stand there with sunglasses on and say nothing. Want to do that? How's it?
I'll go start drinking bloodies over at the bar and tell you what you can't say.
I'm going to go have a $700 lunch and friggin', with some client who I know I've locked in for the next 6 years. That sound good to you? Like, this was my life. I couldn't even go to a stupid remote golf tournament without bullshit. As opposed to them saying, hey, that was kind of funny. Good job. By the way, during that segment, we're fucking blowing this golf tournament, which I couldn't give a fuck about. I love golf, but I'm sitting there saying, wow, the skies are great. It's fucking so emasculating. Saying, boy, the field here is unbelievable. So I can't look at this.
I was out there touching the grass earlier. These are nice.
How is this not a major?
Nice
I go to the Masters every year. This is much better than the Masters. Why don't we just do the show every day from here, Jerry? Why literally?
This is the kind of golf course Tiger could have sex on.
Exactly. You're going way over the top, and you're selling, and then I don't know. Anyway, weird flashback.
We don't have that anymore.
Not yet. We'll see.
No one's sitting over your shoulder telling you what you can and cannot say.
I was a little worried yesterday. I had my first Steve Robinson moment where you went behind my back to Erica to check in about the press conference after I specifically told you.
I mean, let's talk about that.
Let's
talk about that.
Okay, I'll give you. We just want a guide to follow in your life, a guideline to follow. Okay,
yeah.
Forgiveness, not permission.
Okay,
forgiveness, not permission. And by the way, they're going to say yes. They're going to say yes anyway.
Well, I mean, that's what I figured. They're going to say yes, but also because they've been so great having your back through all of this. I didn't want to freelance a little.
Well, Steve, I didn't murder anybody.
No, I know you didn't.
I mean,
I literally just got done reading the Barstool employee handbook, and it's like, do not speak on behalf of the company without explicit permission. I'm just trying to follow the rules and make sure we keep it a little bit.
You texted me, did you read the Barstool employee handbook? I'm like, oh yeah, I poured through that. Why would I read that?
You told me you did.
Yeah, I lied. I'm not going to. What am I going to read? The Barstool employee handbook seems to me to be do whatever you want.
So it looks like we have trust issues on both sides of this relationship.
Yeah, but you work for me.
Can we do a clean slate?
Yeah, just don't do that again.
Okay, done.
That's how you're like, oh,
I will never.
You text me back. You're like, oh, I didn't realize you said no on that.
I will never make sure that your.
But by the way,
covered.
The no was legitimately like 2 seconds after you texted me.
Because I right after I started calling Jim.
Then why ask the question then? You were going to do it anyway.
These are all fair points.
You were going to do it anyway. Right?
Just to make sure that we as a company.
But why ask me then?
We're going to have the press conference. So what does it matter?
Okay, but let's just say that Erica jumped in and randomly decided to say, or what's his name? Alan, who runs this place. Jim. No, that's Sean.
Are you bad with names?
Sean.
Yeah, that's Sean, but Jim's the guy. Do you literally think we've been dealing with the same guy the entire time?
You're the guy we met the other day.
These are two different people that have been helping us.
Who's the one I don't like?
You like both of them.
I like both. Okay, I like both of them. That's not the same. Oh, I really did think it was the same guy.
That we've been working with Sean and Jim on Monday.
Well, how much work would you say I've been doing with them?
Not a lot, but I mean,
I'm literally in my.
There are 3 people in this building.
I am in my car today taking notes and reading stuff at like 6:50. I'm like, I am not going in there. I don't want to sit here.
Do you have face blindness?
What do you mean?
Like face blindness?
No,
just everybody look the same.
Less important.
Okay.
But I'm sitting there. I mean, I'm in the car because I don't want to interact, not with you, but it's just because I don't know. It makes me uncomfortable. I have social anxiety. Like,
okay,
what am I going to say? What am I going to say to Sean? I know nothing about this process.
I'll give you an example of small talk. I came in here this morning. I was like, hey, where are you driving from? And he's like, oh, well, I came in from Lowell. And I was like, oh, well, that fucking sucks. That's like an hour drive to get here. I only have a half-hour drive.
I
was here at midnight. We just made some small talk.
What's the point of that conversation, though?
Because it
builds a bond?
It alleviates social anxiety to talk about things that you have in common, like the common human
experience.
Everyone drives. Exactly. That's why it's good small talk. Everyone experiences the
weather. Is there
That's
anywhere other than like if he said friggin' like Spokane? Like, would you have cared if he said he drove Lowell's not an hour from here.
I was trying to get some insight into what he has
experienced
this morning.
Framingham is not an hour.
If he lives right around the corner, I'm like, all right, well, you know,
we're fucking. I don't care about.
I don't have a problem.
We're never going to do this fucking rock opera thing ever. We've been fucking dicking around now. We're never going to do this rock opera thing ever.
You know what? I
am going to.
I actually think that we should do the rock opera, at least the rock opera wedding, before you go to jail. So maybe today, or before you get assassinated.
Yeah, I mean, being assassinated is definitely possible. What are we doing? Watches here or what?
No, you actually got to hit Getro Man.
Getro Man. Is this? Do you have something special lined up here or no?
Well, I mean, I didn't line up anything special, but Getro Man called and left us a message.
Getro Man himself called. Before we do that, I saw a couple of days ago on Twitter, the Twitter account at Kirk Minihane Show, which is, by the way, growing pretty fast.
It is.
I'm going to say we'll be the 100,000 followers on that show a year from today. That's my
year
prediction.
from today. All right.
Don't you think?
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
I mean,
12,000 a week.
At the rate we're growing. I mean, that's like 1/3 of Ellie Schnitt.
That's true. Who? I've never heard of her. Does she speak? I don't. Oh, so speaking of which, MHB, who's part of our tweet team and is a Minifan, host of the Minifan Show, they spiked that podcast, right?
They did, yeah.
Blind Mike suspects because they were too easy on her. He's going to come in Friday and
I've got
play
the
some
audio,
of the sound?
actually.
How bad is it?
I haven't even listened to it.
Oh, really?
See, what MHB did is he sent it to me last night at like midnight, knowing I was already in bed and that I wasn't going to have an opportunity.
Right.
Yeah.
So what are we doing here?
Right now, you got to talk about a way to not come too fast.
Well, how do I introduce this into my? Oh, no, real quick. We'll do this in a second. We love Getro Man, Get Roman. You would put out the other day, or Mike or MHB. What's MHB's real name?
Are we supposed to dox him?
I don't think he cares. What is it? John, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I feel stupid
But the thing is, Zambrano's listening to this, and Zambrano wants to take out a fucking restraining order against him.
It's called this in Pennsylvania before, like on my show, on the old show. So I don't think it's that big of a,
All right. Well, if MHB winds up dead, it's because.
But I feel weird when I talk to him on the phone. I don't know. I can't call him anything. I call him MHB.
I mean, people love those nicknames.
Okay.
Why not?
You put out. I think maybe it was you that put out you want to do like voicemails the other day or something?
Yeah.
Did you get some or no?
Yeah, we got some voicemails.
Okay. Well, I don't want to do it now. Maybe we'll do it later. Maybe we'll put another call for it later in the week.
There was one woman who called in, and if you ever meet this woman in real life, you're going to need some Get Roman wipes.
Really? Okay. Well, we might leave that alone.
She's talking about the back of a Suburban.
Oh, those are the days. All right, so Get Roman. Most folks, as I said, look, lasting longer is important. We can mock it. We can say, oh, you're doing freaking... No, it matters. You know, it matters, first of all, in a marriage and relationship. It just matters to have a good time. You want to last longer. You don't want to feel like you're some friggin', amateur. You don't want to feel like you're some limp dick. Get Roman makes it happen. The swipes, by the way, $5 a month. Easy to go, effective, easy to use, fast acting, clinically proven way to last longer in bed. They're great, not going to transfer to your partner, and they are so easy to use, and they are just $5 if you go to getroman.com/Kirk, getroman.com/Kirk. First month for just $5 when you choose a monthly plan. If you use that link. Is it Get Roman or is it Getro Man? I always get confused.
It's Get Roman, but you invented Getro Man, the superhero that I'm going to make a prediction that Roman, the company, is eventually going to adopt Getro Man as their company mascot.
It seems too easy. I think my inability to read is led into this probably a multi-billion-dollar thing for them.
I mean, the thing is, Kirk, even your accidents are genius.
Our moneymakers. It's true. So are you putting Getro Man into the ad? How are we doing this?
Well, I mean, I think we just need to play the message that Getro Man left us.
Yeah, let's do that. Go ahead.
Hello, Kirk, Getro Man here. Now, I've heard through the grapevine that you're shall we say, a two-pump chump.
Oh,
and by that, I mean the ladies at Barstool have been apparently talking shit behind your back. Well, now that you've been talking about me, Getro Man, for a few days now, I hope you've solved your problems with Roman wipes. Now, don't be embarrassed, young man. Blowing your load too quickly happens all the time, but it doesn't have to. You and all the Minifans can have long, enjoyable sex with Roman wipes. Go to GetroMan.com. What's that? Off in the distance, I hear a young man getting ready to shoot his load and the foreplay is barely finished. I'm off to save the day. Getro Man, away!
Why would you have me even do the read? Why wouldn't you just play that every time? Like, why not?
I thought it was pretty good. You needed to set it up. I don't know. We're going to hear back from Roman. Maybe they don't like it. Maybe Getro Man is now going to be like Flo from Progressive.
Can you send a signal to Getro Man wherever he's sleeping during the day before his justice at night, and just have him do the /Kirk as well?
It's like, Getro Man.
Yes, there are men all over the world about to ejaculate. He's going to fly in and save the day. Just let him know there's /Kirk as well.
/Kirk. All right, I will tell Getro Man that.
All right, where are we at? So we are talking. In about 10 minutes, we're going to talk to this former prisoner, correct?
Or yes.
No?
Kingpin Pete is going to join the show.
8 o'clock our time we're doing this podcast.
So he's going to let you know what you can expect after you lose this lawsuit with Curtatone and you go to jail for 15, 30 years to do hard time.
I'm just curious. I'm honestly curious because like I said, I've read books about it. Obviously, I've watched documentaries, magazine stories, whatever about the life of prison. But I want to know the real. I'm not talking about the stupid jokes like, you get fuck in the shower. Not that stuff.
I don't think prison rape's a joke, but go ahead.
You understand what I'm saying? It's an old friggin' standby. Like, you go to jail. I just want to know what the day in, day out life is like. What can I do and not do? I think, I may be wrong. I think what I'm looking at is minimum security. I think.
I mean, you haven't murdered anybody.
Well, I'm saying,
anything.
they've said there's a chance that it's going to be criminally prosecuted. If it's for a prank phone call, I can't believe I'm going to,
Will you be able to do the podcast? Because that's kind of important for me and my well-being.
That's one of the questions we can ask them. The guys have projects there. Can they do podcasts?
Can I hold the mic up through the little the plastic with the dots in it? I'll hold the mic up there and
I don't know how much time
might have to shrink it down to like a 20, 15-minute podcast.
It might be better off. So we'll have that guy on. We'll talk to him. That's the other thing. So Somerville Mayor Joe Curtatone obviously have his press conference today at noon at City Hall. A neighboring city to Somerville, it borders it, is Cambridge.
Yeah.
Yes. The mayor there is...
you lived in Massachusetts your whole fucking life. Why are you looking at me for basic Boston geography?
Yes. You could say yes to that. That's a no-brainer. The mayor of Cambridge is... What is the gentleman's name?
Mark McGovern. Mark with a C, McGovern.
Mark McGovern. Cambridge, Massachusetts is, home of Harvard and all these things. Hugely, insanely... I don't want to say it's the most liberal town or city in Boston, but top 3.
Also a nuclear-free zone.
True, that's right. Top 3.
Importantly.
Northampton... Somerville for sure, Cambridge. It's put it this way. You could use it as the first pick if you're going most liberal cities. I'd say top 5 maybe in America, frankly.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. They're nuts. As I always say, the extreme on either side are fucking insane. So we think, at least his ex, we don't know if they're currently married. How would you pronounce this last name?
Philo?
Philo, I would too. Pamela Philo is her name. She's the wife, we think, of the mayor. At least they were married.
We know they were married at one point in time.
Right. I mean, as of really recently, she is on Kurt Tone's side. Have we reached out to her yet? I'd love to have her on.
No, I mean, when we discovered this, it was a little late last night.
Okay,
I mean, we did tweet at her. We tweeted.
Oh, that's right, we did.
We tweeted back at you know what?
No response yet?
I would say what she tweeted out was a little bit offensive.
Well, we'll get into it here. Let me see if I can find it. So she's definitely like anti Barstool. Clearly, she hates us.
She's anti Kirk Minihane, that's for sure.
Sure. She said she had his back. Kurt Tone. She tweets that it took this long for someone to stand up to the bullies of Barstool is truly embarrassing. So then you get the people who are on my side, and this is what happens every time now. So now you have my people and Barstool's people against their people. Not a fair fight, because we just have way more people on our side on this one. Like, I haven't really seen anybody yet who's really articulated Kurt Tone's case very well, obviously including Kurt Tone. So you tweeted this out. When did you tweet this out last night, Steve?
I think it was around 6.
From the show account?
Yeah, from the show account. I'm scrolling down and looking now. She might have deleted the tweet because it was kind of offensive to the LGBT community.
Yeah, but I don't see your tweet even asking her to come on. Where the hell is it?
Might have been flagged as offensive.
Really? Am I missing it or no?
No, I'm scrolling down right now through her.
So anyway, I have it. She tweeted, it's somebody who was going at it. She said, this is the mayor, we think, the mayor of the wife of the current mayor of Cambridge, Massachusetts. And all of you responding to day-old tweets, ignored, but desperate to get some attention, have to be either blowing Minihane or belong to the same circle jerk. I feel like that's offensive on several levels. First of all, the idea that I have an organized circle jerk is ridiculous. I do have one. Nobody has to be a member. You can show up. We do it Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thanks to Getro Man.
I've never been invited.
Well, you're not part of the family quite yet. It takes a while. We use our Getro Man. It takes us 4 hours each. but it's a good workout. But
is Brandy Love going to be invited? I feel like you could.
She's always invited.
You could speed that up a little bit. You're going to calluses and blisters if you masturbate with Getro Man.
That's life of Getro Man. That's have to be either. So what she is saying, this of course, and this happens. This is what drives me nuts all the time. These extreme liberals, right? What do they go to when they get angry? They go to the same shit that they would kill us for. Homophobia. Why? So blowing me means what? That means that you're
less of a man. You're emasculine.
You're gay.
You're feminine.
You're a homo.
You're less worthy than a human who wouldn't.
Is that what you're saying? You're a lady boy. That seems to me to be sort of
that's how I interpret
the insinuation. Let's just say that guy. Let's say that guy is blowing me, right? I don't think he is, but let's say he is. Is that a bad thing? Because they're always telling me that we have to be as open-minded as possible, which I am when it comes to the gay community. No problem. It seems like she has an issue with it. The sitting mayor of Cambridge, we think his wife is mocking homosexuality publicly, a crazy liberal on social media, and where's the media attention on that?
I mean, I certainly think that that's worse than pretending to be Kevin.
Oh yeah, you think?
Phone call.
In 2019, I think it's far fucking worse. Talk about as closed-minded as you get. Do you think she took it down or no?
No, I'm looking at it right now. It's still up.
Still up?
Yep. No, it's still up. And so is our response. I said, "Hi, Pamela. Would you like to come on the Kirk Minihane Show for a segment? We can talk about how attempting to insult people by suggesting they've engaged in gay sex acts is actually hetero and cis-normative and harmful to marginalized LGBTQ communities."
And her response was great. I'll come on Thursday at 8 a.m. or no?
It doesn't look like
no response yet?
No, the only thing that's responded to me is a Shirley Lung parody account.
Oh, she has one now?
Yeah, it's let's see, The Cowardly Lung.
Okay, there you go. So I don't, again, as I always say, they'll shame you, they'll try and ruin you. Speaking of Shirley Long, where's the Boston Globe and other big media outlets? You have the wife, we think, of the mayor of Cambridge, Massachusetts, on social media, mocking people for their attraction to men and their homosexuality. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, but it's a weird thing.
It's also anti-masturbation, which is worse. I don't understand that. What the fuck? But
you have the same thing going on with the New York Times and President Trump. They're always saying that he has some homosexual relationship with Putin. That's supposed to be some kind of an insult. It's a weaponizing homophobia when they see fit.
Yeah, it's I don't. So either has to be blowing me, or maybe they listen to the podcast, they listen to the old show, they really enjoy it, and they think you're a fucking nut, and Curtitone's a fucking nut, and you're cowards. And they appreciate people who stand up. Speaking of the Globe, by the way. And cowardice. Oh, well, actually, look,
I think we're on the same page.
We're exactly the same, Steve. This Milton Valencia.
He interviewed you.
Puss called me and interviewed me, and my quote was, whatever it was, I fucking hate the Globe. It's a homosexual harassment. I would never fucking subscribe to that rag.
Yes.
They didn't So I looked online the next day to see what they had written about me. Nothing. You had
searched
texted me
multiple times since then.
No, there's nothing online there.
Nothing
and I will make a mild defense for the Globe, as mild as I ever will. It's not like they spent 3 pages in the physical newspaper writing about it either. They buried it in the Metro. Right, it's just like a little. Isn't it like a little side?
There's no defense for
it's
the
a
Globe
hide.
here.
It's a hide. It's a hide.
If they put this online, this would get thousands, hundreds of thousands of clicks.
And
People would click all over this. They would
right.
make tons of money. So the Globe has made a decision to make less money in order to not
give
you publicity.
I mean, they're owned by John Henry.
I understand that. But you think they would understand money? Like, do you think Deadspin likes you? Deadspin doesn't like you, but they understand money.
Well, of course. You know how much
you.
money Portnoy's put in that dying Deadspin's pocket?
Exactly.
They'd be out of business without him
most
right
of
now.
it.
They've attached Laura Wagner, whatever her name is. Her job is on the Portnoy beat, which
She's
is smart.
One of Portnoy's hemorrhoids.
But that's smart. That's actually a good business move. You're right. But I would also say, from a news perspective, today, loop it back to the press conference here. Like, if you do that today, the press conference, you think people are going to pay attention to that? Of course they are. But they feel like it's below them. They don't want to do it. So there you go. Pamela Thilo at Pamela_Thilo is her Twitter handle if you want to see some of these tweets. And she's, a fucking crazy loon liberal. But we'll try and get her on, and maybe we'll give a call to the Cambridge mayor today. I don't know who I'll pretend to be when I call him, but we'll. I called Curtitone's office again yesterday.
Do you have a good Bill Clinton? This guy seems like he likes those old guard, stuffy Democrats.
Oh, he wrote that.
Hey, Mayor McGovern, big fan of what you're doing there in Cambridge.
He wrote that friggin' sad, he's one of these people who wandered the streets the night Trump won, which I love.
I don't get. We should tweet out this piece and talk about it later, but I don't get it because he's like, after the election, he's walking along and he's like, I saw a homeless person after the election. We need to stand together. Well, what the fuck did you do for that homeless guy? Did you just let him sit there and drown in a puddle of his own vomit with a needle hanging out of his arm?
Yeah, I saw it the other day. Somebody tweeted at Biden, like a veteran, because Biden was like, we need to fix this veteran system in America. And some veteran tweeted him and was like, well, you were in office for 8 years, shithead. And it didn't get any better. Fine, Trump's fucking it up too, but so did you. It doesn't, the whole thing is just, what are these people doing all day? Obviously, Curtitone, we made fun of the judges. What is the mayor of Cambridge doing all day? Is he doing shit? Because Cambridge's a fucking mess, too. These people work. Does he say to his wife, hey, get off Twitter for an hour? What the fuck are you doing? Probably not, I guess, right?
So, actually, I have an answer to that question from none other than Pamela Thilo, who we think is the wife of the mayor of Cambridge.
Sure, we don't know. They could be divorced.
She's describing the job of the mayor.
Go ahead.
This is in response to Curtitone's tweet about you. You think being a mayor is a 9-to-5 job? LOL. It's an 80-hour-a-week at all hours job. Day meetings, night hearings, civic event appearances, meeting constituents whenever and wherever. There is no, quote, work day to infringe upon.
Jesus Christ.
But you know what? I think we should take her at her word. If you're taking meetings with constituents whenever and wherever, then we should probably find a meeting with McGovern.
We should. I think
wherever, whenever.
We'll find him. We'll talk to him. All right. So that's okay. So we're going to talk to this guy now. Is that what?
Yeah. No.
What's his name?
Now.
What's his name?
It's going to be Kingpin Pete.
His name is Kingpin Pete. This is a blind Mike booking. Correct?
We are. Yes. This is a blind Mike booking.
I'm confused.
No surprises here, but blind Mike has some shady friends.
Sure.
All right.
Right.
So Kingpin Pete has been around the block, the prison block.
It's gonna be good to have a friend. If you're like blind Mike, you're not that concerned about if you're cutting up the coke in front of him. He won't see it. He won't take it. You can store it in front of him.
You can steal from him.
Nothing will happen at all. So Kingpin Pete.
Although it'd be tough for him to have your back in a fight.
That's a good
if you're going to get jumped.
Yeah. You don't always have a blind.
There are
guy in the
downsides.
gang. He was in prison for a couple of years for drugs, right?
Yes.
All right. So we're going to talk to him. He's going to tell me about the prison experience.
Yes. He's going to tell you the size of the penis that you need to prepare your ass for.
All right. Let's talk to Kingpin Pete now. Let's do that. All right. So obviously, there's a chance that the civil case could turn criminal, and given we're in the state of Massachusetts, I'll probably go to jail. So for the day in, day out minutia, not the stupid Orange New Black bullshit or Shawshank Redemption, I wanted to talk to somebody who's been there, who's done it, and who better to turn to than blind Mike, who put me to his friend Kingpin Pete. First of all, why are you friends with blind Mike exactly?
Good morning. Thank you for having me on the show.
Sure. Thank you. Yes,
and Kirk, and being your jail correspondent. I've known Mike my entire life. Yeah.
Is he gotten more and more blind? Have you noticed? Have you paid attention to this or no?
Yeah, he actually has gotten more and more blind over the year. It's actually getting worse. So
you laugh too. I laughed. Why is it funny to us? It's funny. I can't help. It's fucking funny, right?
It's when he walks into a door, just hits something, does something so fun. You're like, oh, he's blind. You forget he's blind for a second, you know?
What? So you were in jail for how long?
About 2 years.
2 years. And what was the crime?
I was arrested for selling drugs. I actually was sentenced to 3.5 years So I was kind of naive, and I went to college, and I saw drug dealing, and I realized that every drug dealer was a piece of shit. And I was like, why don't we just have a drug dealer with really good customer service that would like accept returns or do other stuff?
Right.
So I tried to do that, and then people asked for like different kind of drugs. So I was like, yeah, I'll get more. So I basically had every single drug except for heroin or crack. And then so when the police finally raid the house, they're like, what are you doing with everything? You're like, oh, I didn't realize. Like, I guess at the time I was 20 years old. I just didn't realize.
Did you have coke?
Yeah.
So what was the thing that really they said, well, you're fucked? Like, was it just the total volume of it, or was it?
Yeah, because when you get to a certain weight, it's over 14 grams for Percocet. So I got trafficking of Percocets, and then it's over 32 grams, I think, of cocaine. So I got trafficking of cocaine. So both there, and then I was pulled over originally in a school zone. So then there's a school zone mandatory minimum in the state as well. So those three things really did hit me hard. The hardest.
How old were you then?
How old was I? 20.
Okay, how old are you now?
28.
20. Okay, so you were basically like a kind of a dumb fuck, right? I mean, basically.
In a way, yeah.
I mean, it happens. When I was 20, I was fucking stupid too. It could have easly happened to me when I was 20. We do dumb things,
and you think it'll never happen to you. So that's
of course, and you think, I would say that, I'd probably stay. I'm guessing now you're not selling. Just for the record, you're not selling cocaine today.
No, I'm in finance and accounting now.
So you got nothing for me if I wanted to get a quick hit. You're not available.
No, but people still text me and ask if I know where to find it.
Really? Like, they still?
No, I'm retired, guys.
How about, so you can have a career though? I mean, you're good. Like there's no, that hasn't gotten in the way?
No, it has not gone away. You wait till you get an offer letter. I've worked at a couple companies, and when you get the offer letter, you're just like, hey, when you guys run the background check, just letting you guys know you're going to run into something. I can explain it to you right now if you want, but I just want to save you the time and effort and just be upfront with you. I've had some companies be like, we don't hire people like you. You're like, okay. Well, and then there's other people that just give you the second chance and let you go. And you kind of just need that one chance. And if you just prove your work ethic, I mean, no one at work knows. So it's kind of just HR. As long as you can get past HR, then you're good to go.
So you're 20 years old. This happens. You go to court. I mean, do you know you're fucked or no?
I knew I was fucked when the cops were like, wow, this is insane what you have. And then like I went to court, and you have a court-appointed lawyer. He's like, what the fuck? And he's like holding 4 pages of evidence, slamming the glass. Like, what the fuck were you doing? I'm like, I don't know.
Where did you go in? Like, where? So I'm guessing that you had never spent a second in jail. I don't know this. A second in jail before that night, or am I wrong?
That's correct. Yeah. No, I was like, yeah.
Where they put you? Where were you? Where'd you get pulled over?
So I was in Plymouth County. So I went to Plymouth County Correctional Center. Yeah.
So is that hardcore, or is that?
Yeah, it's a little bit more hardcore. I mean, also, as you know, Mike grew up in Western Mass, so like the kind of people that live, especially when you're a kid, the people that are in Eastern Mass are a little tougher than the Western Mass folk. So at first, it's kind of like a shock to me. I'm like, oh, because everyone's a little bit more aggressive. But yeah, so I went there first. And then you like go to court, and then you.
Was there a trial, or did you make a deal?
No, I made a deal. It kind of sucks because possession in a school zone, which they did pull me over, is 2 years minimum mandatory. Then you have the trafficking charges on top of everything. So if I went to trial and lost, I would have got 7 years, maybe 10 years. So then I'm sitting there with the lawyer, and I'm just like, I kind of, in my mind, I'm like, I want 5 or under. And when he said 3.5, I was like, where do I sign? Let's go. Like I was
so then off you go. And so I need to know, because as our jail correspondent, this is going to be my life potentially. I don't care about the like. Well, I'll ask the basic question for everybody asks. Did you ever have sex with a guy, blow a guy, fuck a guy?
No. So that's more.
Off? Did you get jerked off by a guy?
No.
Uncle jerk?
No.
Male titty fucking? Anything? No.
No. Okay. So the good thing talking about me is that. So I didn't go to prison. I was in jail. So there's 2 different prisons.
Okay, yeah. What does that mean?
So I was sold a bill of goods by my lawyer because prison's actually better. It's a little bit less safe, but there's way more freedom. That's where people do longer sentences in the state of Massachusetts. If you do less than 2.5 years, then you're in jail.
Okay, so I'm looking at if this flips over to me, Pete, from civil to criminal, they're talking about potentially 3-4 year sentence. So that would be my life. So what? So I would have your life, I think.
Yeah. So
which means what?
Which means what? In what way? What is day-to-day life in there?
Yeah. So you said more freedom. So give me. Well, that's kind of what I want. Is today's what, Wednesday? Give me Wednesday, a random Wednesday in June when Kingpin Pete is in jail. Say you're like 7 months in, you're already comfortable. I don't. You're what's a mundane, boring day like for you? You wake up at what time?
Okay, so let's go weekends because I had a job. A lot of people have jobs in jail.
What was your job? Okay. Well, I'm curious about that.
Okay, so at first I worked in like intake. So when you first came in, I would hand out like everything you got. You have a little box when you come in. So I would give everybody everything that came in. It was me and one other guy would help out the people in intake. That was in medium security, and in minimum security I had a bunch of different jobs, but that was my main job in there.
Okay, my base salary, my last job was about $800,000. Would I be making that in prison from intake, or would I be taking a pay cut?
I got 12 cents an hour.
Okay, so I'd have to adjust financially a little bit, but also it'd be less, expense to my life. So it's probably a wash. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So a normal Saturday, so I was in medium security in Plymouth, so then I got transferred to Hampden County Correctional Facility too. So I was in both.
Okay.
So that's also the big difference, is that I realized that there's difference between the counties. I know that you were talking about going in Billerica, I think, which is in Middlesex County. So
corrections, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a whole different jail. But so the two mediums were different, and then I was in minimum security too. But an average Saturday,
you wake up. What time?
So you wake up like maybe 7 or 8. Your roommate's sleeping, your cellmate's sleeping. So you're like, all right, I got to get out of here. Maybe you want to read the book. You go downstairs. The newspaper's out. The newspaper's usually not out. Usually people take it back to their cell, rip it up. People are starting to fight over it. So it's good. Saturday morning, everyone's sleeping because no one has work. So you can go check out the newspaper. It's pretty dead in the unit. Maybe the Today Show's on. But everyone knows we have to lock in at 10 o'clock for a count. So, it's kind of dead in the morning. 10 o'clock locks in. You have the count. Then the doors lock and unlock for the counts. Now everybody's kind of woken up at 10:30, and they're kind of walking around. So people are kind of talking, just chit-chatting, kind of hanging out. We have 11:40 lunch, so no one's really going to get into anything too serious. Maybe
11:40 lunch.
11:40
I like that.
lunch.
Okay, I can eat at that time. Okay, what's for lunch?
Lunch is probably terrible. Maybe you'll get a steak that's kind of like rubber. It would be kind of like a hockey puck.
Okay.
They actually Saturdays a good staple is hot dogs. So you get 2 hot dogs, except that you're like yellow orange. I still don't know.
Fuck. I'm sorry, Curtatone. I was wrong. You're a great guy. I'll take everything back. I cannot eat orange fucking hot dogs. Oh God.
Yeah, I brought one to a visit one time to show my mother. She didn't believe me, and she was like, oh, it was terrible. You can have there's something called like dog food. So picture like actual dog food, which is little balls of meat.
Sure.
And then if someone poured gravy on it, and that is literally the food that you would get.
Fucking vomit. Is there any food? Is there anything that's good there at all to eat? Do they have cereal in the morning, like your basic fucking cereal?
So it depends. So some jails do. The ones here, so Plymouth, it was okay at breakfast. It was shitty because most of the time it's oatmeal or grits. That's what you're getting.
Oh.
You get hard-boiled eggs on Monday and Friday, but the only problem is that breakfast is at 5 a.m. So I didn't wake up for breakfast.
Is that true? I mean, I'm up early, but when does it end?
Well, for breakfast they unlock your door. You go and get the food, and then you have
bring
to
it back in
your cell. Yeah, because the chow hall was closed because of fights, and then you unlock the door and you bring it back. But I used to pay people to get the eggs for me because Mondays and Fridays you get hard-boiled eggs. So that's one of the best things.
Pay them how?
50 cents an egg. So you have like a commissary list.
Right. So your mom or dad or whoever.
Yeah, would either put money on the commissary list.
You can get food through that, right, or no?
Yeah, but it's kind of like a big you have to like fill out a bubble sheet and then send it in and then wait. And then you'll get the stuff back like a week later. So you kind of have to be organized on what you're ordering. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff you can order. But it's actually so expensive compared to the real world. But everything kind of has a value based on whatever it is on that sheet.
How about like the roommate situation? Get back to the day in, day out in a second. But like, I mean, if you have a roommate who like fucking smells or shits or jerks off all the time or is an asshole, like that's rude. Then everything's done. Everything else is fucked anyway, right?
Yeah, I mean, if someone's jerking off,
how does that work? Is there an agreement?
Yeah, I'm gonna fight him. Like you don't do that.
Fight him if he's jerking off?
Yeah, someone's gonna whip out a dick in the same. Like no one's gonna do that, Kirk.
I would rather just have him like do that than like punch him when he has his dick. I don't know. So, but I mean, men masturbate. Like you guys have sort of an unspoken agreement. Like I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
A lot of people do it in the shower. So when you're showering, the whole walls, you just kind of like know like they're covered in semen. Like do not touch the walls. Don't go near the walls. The floors are semen. You just like know that. It's kind of like a fact. I mean, then when like the unit's open and I'm walking around, my cellmate could be in the cell, like sitting there, so he has time there. But the windows the doors have windows on them, so if you're taking a shit, which also you do not do while two people are in the cell together.
You can go to the common bathroom, take a shit, right, or no?
There is no common bathroom. You have the bathroom in your room. So
there's nowhere like where the showers are. There's no bathroom.
No.
Okay.
The showers are just in the unit. It's kind of like a horse stall, so you can
if your roommate is like has the flu or has fucking diarrhea or you just fucked.
One time someone did shit. I was in a room with 3 people and we were on a 23-1 lockdown. So then like stuff like that, then you shit. Ask the guard when the guard comes around from the county, like, hey, can you please unlock the door for a second so my roommate can shit and I don't have to be in the same room as him? but you have to like poop and then flush, like every like fart flush. Like you have to just be respectful of someone else in this tiny little space. But yeah, you kind of don't want to be with a fat guy.
As a runner, I'd like to be able to release my stress, and I've read books and stories and magazines about guys who could do that. Can I go for my run daily in prison?
Yeah, there's not that much. So that's where in prison, yes. In jail, where you're probably going to go to, no. If you look out, you can look online and Google any of these correctional facilities. They're like little cages hanging off of the side of the.
So it's like Zarniev, or Aaron Hernandez, would throw them in the cage for an hour a day.
Kinda, but at least But no, you can come, not in a way, yes, but you can come and go to the outside area, but the outside area is just very small. And usually people playing.
So I would essentially just have to run around the fucking cage, basically, like a rat.
Yeah, that's what I used to do. I used to do laps in the cage, and then you do the pull-up bar, push-ups, and you just do like 4 laps, pull-ups, push-ups, and then people do laps inside too, and then they just have the radios on listening. But yeah, everyone just goes in circles like that, yeah.
Do you have a television in your room? No. In your cell, rather. No.
Yeah, so in medium security, no. In minimum security, after 3 months, you were allowed to bring a TV in. Had to be like, I think it was 15 inches max screen. But you only get, so the difference between the two, exactly, I don't know where you're going to go. So when you're in Plymouth County, you have every single channel, but the TV is very hard to hear. It's very loud in there. So you can watch ESPN, Monday Night Football, and different stuff, which is nice. I like that about there. And then when you transfer to Hampden County, they only had ABC, NBC, Fox, and CBS, 4 channels. That's it. But in order to listen to the TV, you just turn your radio station to a certain station, and you can hear the volume on the TV. So it's nice and quiet, and you can actually hear the TV perfectly, but you're limited on channels. So there's like pros and cons of both.
Physical interaction with women, conjugal visits, no.
No, absolutely not.
Nothing. You did not touch a woman for the 2 years.
No, no. When I went to minimum security, so in medium security, you do the visit, which is through a glass and you're both on the phone talking to each other. And then in minimum security, you can sit and you can touch each other and you can actually have a real visit. And actually on Saturdays, you can have a food visit in minimum security.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Well, I mean, this sounds like, and by the way, like, I am an advocate for jails, unless you're some fucking murderer or rapist or asshole. Like, I think it should be a place where you rehabilitate. I really do, because you're going to get it anyway. You should fucking figure it out. This to me just sounds like absolute hell on earth. I mean, was there anything you look back on, you're like, oh, actually, I kind of enjoyed that. Like, oh, this was good, or the whole thing was a fucking shit show.
I would say I kind of enjoyed just like playing. I don't know, like being young and just exercising. If I got arrested now at 28, I'd be like, I was just young and full of energy.
That's true.
So it was kind of like running around, going to different classes. We're like, oh, I've never done this before. And everyone in there is like been through the ropes a million times. So they don't know what anything is, or they've had family members that have done it. So to me, everything was new. I don't want to say it's exciting, but it was like, no one I know is ever going to be able to go to jail. I'm the only person who's be able to do this. So
did you have any roommates who were like, hardcore fucking criminals or no?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A ton of night or?
Yeah. One guy asked me, I remember, so I had one roommate who liked me. He didn't really speak a lot of English, but I was pretty good. I'm okay at Spanish. And then one time he asked me, he said, oh, when were you born? And I was like, 1991. And then he goes, he starts dying laughing at him and his friend. He's like, I've killed 4 people by the time you were born. And then it was
Christ.
But I mean, he's a nice guy and everything.
Sounds great. Yeah, he sounds a really good guy.
But Kirk, it's all about.
Is he a better guy than Blind Mike? Probably. He probably is. He probably is. I mean, think of the people Blind Mike is mistakenly murdered when he used to drive or walk around or do anything. I would think.
Yeah.
What did you do any of the big 2 in prison, which you always hear? Tattoos or Jesus? Did you find Jesus or get tattoos? Did you fall into that trap at all?
No, so the Jesus thing is so prevalent in jail, and kind of like I'm not religious at all, so I thought it was.
Never mind, so I'm a little worried about that.
Yeah, it was kind of strange. And then the tattoo thing, I kind of prided myself. I was I met one other white person with 0 tattoos. Me and him were the only ones I ever met. When I actually went in, they asked me if I had, in jail. They asked me if I had any tattoos. I said no. Then they asked me if I was sure, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I don't have any tattoos. Then they made me take my shirt off, my pants off, because they didn't believe me. And then they were checking me in Plymouth to see if I had tattoos, because they were just like astonished.
Well, that's my other question. Actually, I'm glad you said, like the prison guards from movies and TVs. Like they seem like they're either super assholes or nice guys. If you leave them alone, if you treat them with respect, are they good to you or are they dicks?
It depends. You have these guards from like central Mass in the middle of nowhere that only see stuff in movies, and they drive all the way to the correctional facilities, and they just want to be a superhero, and they've never seen an actual criminal in their life. And then you have some guards that kind of grew up in the city, maybe grew up in Brockton or grew up in Springfield, and they're like, they kind of know how it is, and it's just treat them with respect, leave them alone, they'll leave you alone. But you have these superhero cops that like, oh, what town are you from? Oh, bumfuck Massachusetts. No wonder you're a dick. You don't know how to treat people at all.
How long did it take you to be able to fall asleep there? Like, did you sleep well? The beds must suck.
The beds are really bad. You don't have any pillows because people were
AC. I'm fucked. There's no air conditioning in prison. I swear to God, I'm not going to jail. I'm fucking moving. I'm getting out of the country. I'm like Roman Polanski. I'm not like Roman Polanski, but I'm going to leave the fucking country. I need air conditioning. This jail system's ridiculous, Kingpin Pete.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous, and they don't. And they also like don't respect a word you have to say. So I think that'd probably be your biggest like challenge, Kirk. Would be
that might be an issue. I think I may get killed in prison. This may happen.
Yeah.
By the way, you've been a great guest. We're going to use you again. You're our prison correspondent. But you've made things so much worse for me. Now I'm actually I'm sweating. I'm actually fucking concerned. You've made this worse for me.
Okay, just to make it a little worse, I was listening yesterday to the lawyer, and he kind of seemed pretty adamant that you're not going to jail at all.
Yeah.
I would put your percentage, honestly, because right before that you said how corrupt judges.
Massachusetts.
Yes. I would put it more like 25%.
25% chance I'm going to jail in your mind.
I saw someone. I was astonished by how there were so many people in there that were just in there because they got into a fight one night at a bar.
Anybody who was there because they made a prank phone call.
There was a guy in there that walked into Stop and Shop, took a foot-long grinder from the pre-made counter, and walked out. And the judge gave him 6 months in jail, that.
But Kingpin Pete, I would say he stole something. I didn't break any laws. He actually that's ridiculous. He technically broke the law.
Yeah, he did technically break the law. It was $5 sub. But again, I'm not a lawyer. If you broke the law or not, I really don't know the law at all. So
sure, that's
after
true.
Seeing something that crazy. Anything is possible.
This is the most depressing conversation I've ever had. You fucked me up now.
You're welcome.
Jesus. All right. Well, Kingpin Pete was in jail for a couple of years. He's out. He is now the prison correspondent for the Kirk Minihane Show. Congratulations. You may be co-hosting the Kirk Minihane Show here in a couple of months with Blind Mike when I'm in the. I'll be the prison correspondent at that. What year you got out? What year? Like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, so I got out in 2014. Yeah.
Probably even since then. I'm guessing there's been a lot of. Do you have any friends that you still talk to from prison?
No, but we're on like Facebook friends, kind of. So I kind of see updates in their lives, but they're
go online while you're in jail. Do you have library time? No. Shawshank, they have the library. There's no library.
You can't even, if you call someone, they don't answer. You can't even like text them and be like, you know what I mean? So you don't know like, hey, why didn't they answer? Are they busy? Did they just miss the call? I think that's really frustrating. To get in contact with anybody so hard.
Can I, if I don't have a mom or dad, but if somebody, my wife or somebody ordered a book for me on Amazon, could she give it to me or he give it to me on the weekend visit?
Or they can mail it to you directly from Amazon. There's a big list of banned books. They're banned for various reasons, like 50 Shades of Grey's banned. Like they just ban random stuff, Huh.
Well, that probably gets them all sexualized, right? Gets them all. I mean, did you see male sex?
No. I had a roommate that was gay at one time, and he was
gay at one time?
At one time, I lived with someone who was gay.
Oh, who was gay?
Moved out. Yeah, he moved out to live with actually someone who is gay because he was kind of.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
But it's nice to have those two together. All right, Kingpin, the prison correspondent and jail correspondent. It's a difference for the Kirk Minihane Show. We will talk to you soon. Maybe the day before I'm sentenced. Maybe you'll walk me in there. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I'll walk you in. Don't worry about it.
All right, Pete. I'll talk to you, buddy.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, man.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. I know you haven't. You actually have not listened to this interview yet, obviously, right?
No, I haven't heard it.
I just tweeted out. You saw me. I'm fucking like.
You've been pacing the hallways. Whatever he told you distressed you.
Well, I don't trust Massachusetts, and this guy has just detailed a life for me in prison, and I had no idea the horrors of it. It turns out prison's bad.
Yeah, no shit.
Which I didn't really factor it into my brain.
Do you think you were going to Shawshank this thing? And
I thought it'd be minimum security. You watch the movies, like they have TVs. It's kind of fun. You bond with guys. This is a fucking hellhole. I'm not going to participate in this. I tweet out, this press conference may be crawling to Kurt Tony's office and apologizing at this point because the fear of, because you know what? He's actually not a bad guy. Pretty smart, really good mayor. And I agree with him on a lot of this stuff.
He's handsome too now?
Maybe I could talk him into joining him and suing Barstool for putting me in this situation. That may actually happen.
Man, that interview fucked you up more than prison fucked up Kingpin Mike.
It's true.
Pete. Sorry,
Jesus.
Kingpin Pete.
Thanks a lot, Blind Mike. I mean, great guest. Actually, seriously, a really good guest. He was excellent. But he just fucking ruined my life. Well, another thing I'm not going to be able to have in prison, obviously, is a freaking fantastic watch, I'm going to guess. And stop what you're doing right now, dummies, Minifans, okay? And help me out because this is probably it. This is probably the last time you're able to help me out. Look down at your left wrist, okay? Our friends at MVMT Watches have got exactly what you need in your life. They get you lots of quality, clean, all-around, great-looking watches, accessories, and sunglasses and stuff. We can afford and order right from our couch. You can do it in 2 minutes. I did it in like 3 seconds. First of all, I got mine for free, of course, but I'd pay for it. Steve did as well, and they look great. Unbelievable. Whatever I want to wear, great. You're going to see, even see it today at the press conference. Maybe I'll break it out at the press conference. Pay attention. MVMT watches are priced to move. So don't be checking your phone like I do, like Steve does, like everybody does. You fucking losers.
Well, until I got my watch, I would
be
check
a
my
man.
phone.
Be like a Don Draper from Mad Men. You have a good look. Get a nice, classy watch. By the way, you want to spend less than $100 for that? You can do it. $95. That's what they start at. You're guaranteed to find something you love. It's not going to break the bank. So do this, okay? Very simple. 15% off today. Free shipping, free returns. Go to mvmt.com/Kirk. mvmt.com/Kirk. It's growing and growing this company like a friggin' weed. Check out the collection right now. mvmt.com/Kirk. You get 15% off a great watch. Join the movement. Do it now. I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to do that. This show's, I'll probably be at the press conference today. I guess I have to fight for justice and to be what's right. You can't be afraid, right? Gandhi knew what he could be walking into. Mandela knew he was going to be walking into. I have to know that I might have to face a life where there are hot dogs served for lunch that are yellow and there's no air conditioning. I guess I have to do that. There's no air conditioning thing hit me like a fucking, I thought they'd have shitty air conditioning.
Well, I mean, I guess you can approach this press conference one of two ways. You can go in, you could just like drop down on your knees, hold out your wrist and say, Mayor Curtatone, I beg for forgiveness.
I can't
like,
do
if
it.
You have to arrest me. You can do that. You can do that one way.
Do that.
Or you can wrap yourself up in the First Amendment, become a martyr for American journalism,
and
be the hero this fucking country needs.
I think I have to. I think I have to risk not having air conditioning, which, like, you see how humid it is right now? I mean, no air conditioning. I would much rather have no heat than no air conditioning. You can always warm up. You can always put on 90 layers.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like
can't
maybe
cool down.
4 or 5 degrees too hot. Yeah, that's brutal.
If it's 98 degrees and it's humid in the summer here, wherever the fuck I am, I won't sleep. The beds suck. The food sucks. Your room. One of his roommates is a fucking murderer. There's no books. There's no real TV. There's nothing. There's nothing.
Did he give you any advice about joining prison gangs?
No, that's all I should have asked him. I did not. I don't get the sense he was affiliated with a gang.
What would be your favorite gang? I'm guessing white supremacists.
Why would you say that?
The neo-Nazis. Because I read the Boston Globe.
Oh yeah, well, according to them, yes. I would join any gang that would give me like a job where I don't have to do anything physical. I can do the books for those guys. I can maybe be like maybe like their sports reporter even, or maybe be their kind of keep them up to date what's going on in the news, maybe do a little podcast for them. Can't do a podcast in prison. There's no freedom to do anything. It turns out prison is like totally restricts your freedom.
I think if I were you, I would go Nation of Islam because they get the halal halal meals. The
That's
food's
true.
just a little bit better.
Food. That's true.
Or you could just go like Hasidic Orthodox Jew, but you get a little bit better food.
I'm a
that
picky
way.
eater anyway. I don't think they're gonna if I say I don't really want any mayo on that or no lettuce, I don't think these people are gonna listen to me. I'm fucked. Curtatone is a genius. I'm wrong.
He's boxed you in big time.
But instead of I could be a puss, but I am afraid. I'm not gonna lie to you. The part of it is to embrace your fear. But today at noon, which has already happened, by the way, I guess, right?
Yeah, as people are listening to this, you have
this
already,
part of the podcast. We're done.
Your fate has been decided. You're like a fucking gladiator.
Who knows?
Curtatone's holding his thumb out, yay or nay, whether you get to go to prison and eat yellow hot dogs and take some hot dogs.
Fuck. All right, well, we'll do it. We're going to react to it tomorrow, I hope. We'll have that sound. We'll probably play the press conference for you tomorrow, I'm guessing, in its entirety. And go through a bunch of other shit. Who knows what else is going to happen? And I haven't told you about this yet. There's this rock opera wedding. I don't know if you've heard about this yet.
I'm starting to believe that this rock opera wedding doesn't
I think
actually
this may just become a gag that's going to happen daily in the show.
So
We'll never actually get to it.
Are we not going to do Casey McDonald?
I'll maybe do that tomorrow. I don't want to do it. It's localized and kind of like, whatever.
I wanted to get into what ethnic slurs are okay for the Kirk Minihane
We'll get to
show.
work on that. I'll answer those tomorrow. Right? I'll do all the greatest hits. You say them. That's fine.
Okay,
and I'll react to them. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
I'm going to go enjoy some freedom for the next couple of hours. Press conference. I guess maybe if you fast forwarded to it, or you're driving around now, you can go find it. It'll be in Somerville. We'll react to that tomorrow. We'll do a bunch of other shit as well. Now my mind is totally fucked. I am all over the place. Back tomorrow, we'll recap that and a lot more on the Kirk Minihane Show.
This was pretty reprehensible. I don't know how it can be anybody's idea of humor.